Lotus Squad, welcome back to Lotus Tarot TV 444. And I had to redo this live stream after I watched the playback and saw that minutes of the stream had been deleted. And so the message itself was very choppy. So before I begin, guys, be sure to hit that like button. And for those that may not know how to do so, X out of the chat box, hit the like button, and then join back in the chat. Hello, Tatiana. Welcome. Now, I also want to make sure that all of you can see and hear me. So if you could please, everyone just joining, please hit the number 8 and let me know that you can see and hear me, because I will not be silenced, and I will just do it again and again as many times as it takes to clearly get this message out there. Tatiana, thank you so much. I truly appreciate that. And peace to you as well, Ernest. Welcome again to the stream. Thank you so much for joining me once again. I saw that you were in the last one as well. So thank you so much. And thank you to those of you that have hit the like button. Now, I want to make something very clear since you guys can see me and hear me. And guys, be sure to let me know throughout the stream if it is getting choppy. Therefore, I don't do the whole thing just for it to, have to be redone. Okay, so please let me know if you guys notice any service interruptions. Now, I wanted to make something clear. There was something that I announced in the prior reading. I want to see how many of you guys are actually showing love and support to the channel, okay? Because I work very hard on these readings, and it would really warm my heart, and I would really appreciate it if you guys would hit that like button, because if I start seeing, less engagement and things like that, I will decide not to keep doing these daily. So guys, be sure to show your support and let me know that you do want me to continue these readings, okay? Now, I don't know who keeps going back in and back out. If you're going to stay in the stream, stay in the stream. If not, please don't do the back and forth. If you want to watch it, watch it. If not, don't. Now, since you guys have said that you can see and hear me, there were a few things that I was wanting to discuss with you all concerning current events, of course. And I'm not going to be focusing on the problem per se. I actually want to give insight. Now, a few things that I came across today. One in particular is from a YouTuber, one of my favorite YouTubers. This person is in Atlanta. And they were told by a few friends of theirs that the crime rate was increasing in that area, and that the news was not covering the crimes that were being committed. And so I get the feeling that everyone needs to stay in during the evenings. And this is why I decided to come back on again to redo this, because I keep getting the message from my guides that this weekend should be used for rest. And if there were any plans that have been made over the weekend, it would be in your best interest to either postpone them or cancel them altogether, because there's just this energy that I'm picking up on where it's telling me that that would be in your best interest. Now, there were a couple of things that I was touching on in regards to truth being put in entertainment. So movies, TV shows, things like that. And there were a few movies that I had mentioned, such as Contagion. And I hope you guys can hear me and see me. Contagion was one of the movies. There's another one called Containment. And there was a movie that I had mentioned as well called Magnolia. There's a lot of information in there that would definitely open your eyes to what's going on currently, but especially with Magnolia, it references prophecy. And so as we're seeing all of these things that have been done in the dark being brought to light, slowly but surely, there's a lot more censorship taking place. And as I've been doing my research with that, a lot of people around the globe are being silenced, especially when it comes to social media. And the reason why I mention this is because this channel, especially with some of the topics that I cover, they go beyond just your normal tarot readings. We talk about things that impact us all. Current events that the powers that be don't want other people to speak about, especially if they go against what the mainstream is telling us or even not telling us. Thank you so much, Steph Red. Welcome to the Lotus Squad and welcome to the live stream. So when it comes to the mainstream media, we've been hearing a lot about this fake news going around. And it's interesting because there were a few reports on some people that had passed away that they were claiming had the virus. But family members of these people that had indeed passed and explained that those that had passed away had already had underlying health issues that was the cause of their passing. So again, when we discussed in the last collective that the numbers that we are being fed are being falsified, that right there is an indication that we really don't know what's truth and what's not. But what we can do is find the truth within these movies and TV shows. See, what we consider to be fiction, what we consider to be entertainment, is really predictive programming. And so right now, the focus needs to shift from the problems to the solutions now. And thank you so much to those of you that have liked the stream. I really appreciate that. Keep that up. To those just joining, I made it very clear that the more that you guys engage, drop comments, drop likes, I will continue to do these daily readings. But if not, I'm not going to run myself ragged doing all of this for nothing. Okay? So I do appreciate you guys so much for those of you who do show support. Now, back to finding the truth in entertainment. The movies Magnolia, Contagion, and I believe Containment is a TV show. That could give us some hints. But then there was some more information that I had stumbled upon. Now, I was watching another channel that also speaks out against gang stalking. They speak out against, being a targeted individual and things like that. Well, in the chat, I saw a few viewers were saying that COVID means Kobe. Let that sink in for a minute. Now, again, whatever you hear from any source, I always advise you guys to question everything and to research. Do your own due diligence. Hello, you guys. Do your due diligence. Zoe, you're absolutely correct. She says it seems like all of the shows and movies has set us up for this kind of panic. Yes, predictive programming. Now, there was also information in regards to the sun. And again, do your research on this. But one of the other viewers in this chat mentioned that the sun kills the virus. Now, again, do your own research and use discernment, because there's a lot of misinformation going around, especially within mainstream news outlets. They are actively admitting that they are censoring alternative news. They're censoring people, especially on this platform, because I myself have been shadow banned. You try to search me up and you can't find me. My videos have been buried. I notice that every time I go live, there's always somebody cutting it out. There's always interference. There's all these missing messages. Censorship is alive and well. And therein lies the agenda behind all of this. Now, I also discovered that the 5G bill has been passed. And everybody, please do your part. Let me know by hitting the number 8 that you can see and hear me and that you're following me, because I want to make sure this is coming through clearly. Awesome. I see 2 of you can see me and hear me. Is everybody else seeing me and hearing me? Who's hiding in the stream? Don't be shy. Hit the number 8 and let me know, because we're going to pause until I'm sure that everybody can see me and hear me, because I'm not doing a repeat of the last stream, y'all. Okay. Perfect. So while all of this is going on around us, thank you for the likes. I see you guys are showing out. I appreciate it. I see that the 5G bill has been passed, even though there's a lot of health issues and health concerns regarding that. And with all of the fear mongering going on and the constant news coverage of all of these numbers that have, in fact, been fibbed, faked, it leaves one to wonder what's truth and what's fiction. Hence why I brought up those movies. Now, another viewer, there's just a lot of information coming to light. Like I said, what's done in darkness will come to light, right? Another viewer stated that 925 people in Italy have been cured. Now, again, do your research. I'm just sharing with you what I have discovered. And that person was also silenced. So a lot of falsifying information that we need to pay attention to and be wary of. Now, a few things I want to suggest to you guys, since I'm talking about focusing on solutions to these problems that we're currently being presented with. And Gordon, your comment on my screen, there's a white circle in constant motion with the pendant making it look like a Q. That makes me think of QAnon. Do your research with that as well, because these people are anonymous and these people are warriors of truth, just like I am and just like we are. Everything is supposed to go smoothly for a reason, but that doesn't mean that all is lost. Now, what I wanted to mention to you guys concerning your health in regards to focusing on solutions, not problems. There's something that I've used when it comes to my health. And a couple of years ago, Poppy had a UTI. And I had some issues with a wisdom tooth around this time as well. And it was really affecting me horribly. And so I want to make a suggestion about Bragg's apple cider vinegar. It's organic. It's known to help with the cold, flu, weight loss, infections, and many different health benefits that you guys can look up at your own time. And I also want to suggest the use of garlic, vitamin C, and vitamin D. Because one of the other viewers I noticed was speaking out about not just the sun killing the virus, but suggesting vitamin C and vitamin D. And we all know that vitamin D is produced by the sun. So all the pieces of the puzzle are coming together. And I was sharing a little bit of a story time with you guys, and I'm going to share it with you guys again because it ties into the energy of rejection is God's protection, right? There was a gentleman that I had met a few years ago, and his story time name was Iran because that's where he's from. And it's interesting because this person contacted me recently, and he had been trying to come over to my home. And he was talking about how he wanted a relationship. He thought I was beautiful. He was saying, I love you way too soon, things like that. And I remember I just kind of fell off. You know, I stopped responding and I stopped entertaining him. And he hit me up again recently. And he was telling me that he was coming back and wanted to see me. And so I said, well, if you would like to meet up, let's meet in a public place. And he didn't want to do that. He was adamant about wanting to see me at my home. But since I've been seeing someone, I wasn't comfortable with that anyway. Now, he then started to ask me, you know, about if I liked sex and if I liked sex with another woman. And although I do like men and women, I made it very clear that I was not comfortable with that and that I would not be involving myself in any of his plans that he had with sex as a whole. And he was adamant about wanting to see me. He wanted to take me out, get me some food, and all of that jazz. And when I made my boundaries very clear that I was not interested in that and that I was looking for genuine commitment and that I was looking for someone that respects me and respects my boundaries. And if he couldn't do that, we don't need to be talking and to not contact me anymore. And so in one moment, he acted as though he was okay with it, but then proceeded to send me pictures that I didn't ask for. So then I said, you know what? I don't think this is a good idea for us to see each other. And please do not contact me again. And so to help him, I blocked him. We hadn't talked in a while. And so things like that really led me to the title of this video. Rejection is God's protection, because regardless of whether we are the ones getting rejected or we are the ones doing the rejecting, that is a means of God's protection from something that we may not be privy to. Now, I'm picking up on this energy where, especially when we go out, we need to be aware of who we're surrounded by. And I keep reiterating the fact that whatever you need to do in the evening time, you need to postpone it until you can do it during the day. There are certain areas, especially, that are already implementing curfews. People have seen military tanks in the streets, things like that. So I keep getting this message from my guides about needing to take this time for at least a week to rest, reflect, and seek solace and solitude at home. There was also some energies and messages that I received from my guides as well concerning someone that may be planning to pop up at your house. And the suggestion is don't even entertain it and don't answer the door. If they start banging on the door, you need to call the police or do whatever you need to do. Because, and I want to make sure everybody can see me and hear me. Everybody in the chat, let me know. Because now I'm looking sideways and I want to make sure we're, Because especially in the last collective, we had some energy that had no business being in the chat. And I get the feeling that I need to make sure of who's in here and if I can be heard and seen. Okay? Because this right here, we're speaking out and we're speaking our truth here. There's going to be some news that comes in here, some communication. We're going to receive a message here. We're going to be exchanging a lot of ideas here. And Mustang Girl says, sometimes your knight in shining armor turns out to be an idiot wrapped in tinfoil. You're so awesome and accurate. You're the best. Thank you. And it's nice to see you in a stream, sweetie. Glad you can catch it. Now, with these ideas that we're exchanging with people, we're, speaking about things on the news or sharing news with other people, sharing ideas, sharing plans even. And now there's an issue with the chat saying it's unable to connect to the chat. So guys, you know the drill. Hit that number 8 and let me know what's going on. Because with all of the interference going on, you guys, it speaks volumes. Someone doesn't want the truth to get out, but everyone is starting to see the truth here. Good, good. Somebody doesn't want the truth to get out. And here, I feel like we're being watched on our social media pages. People are eavesdropping or trying to figure out what we're saying, what we're telling people, what our next move is going to be, trying to figure out where we're going to go next, trying to figure out what we know. Silence is golden when it comes to all of that. We're receiving a lot of communication from our ancestors and from the divine. A lot of us have already started the awakening process of tapping into Christ consciousness. Daniela Harrison says, speak your truth. I love your readings. You get down, dirty, and deep. I swear I never thought anyone else can relate to what I'm going through as far as family and ex and even my own daughter. But not 2020. Thank you very much. And I'm glad that you have a space to feel understood, because that's what we all desire and what we all need. This is why I do what I do. Now, there's definitely a lot of people watching. So be careful and be wary of what you're posting on social media, because a lot of people are definitely watching and lurking. So they're not really putting likes on your posts, or they're just lurking and listening in the shadows. Some of you could be dealing with an air sign or multiple people here. Maybe they could have air in their chart. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. This could also refer to people that we've cut off. So we're no longer, we spoke our truth. We were seeking our justice. Some of us are reaching out to law enforcement in regards to something here. Some of us are actually going the legal route regarding a divorce. Some of you guys are dealing with breakups and dealing with seeking your justice when it comes to the injustices done against you by those in your family, as well as those that you once upon a time considered friends. And I'm going to go ahead and cut the deck here, you guys. I feel like the deck is ready. Now, this Nine of Swords reversed. Lately, I've been seeing a lot of references to anxiety and sleepless nights due to that anxiety, stressing out. Someone's dealing with depression. But I feel like once we start to speak out, we start to find like-minded individuals that do make us feel understood. And it helps to lift us out of the darkness we may have been immersed in, and it helps to lift our spirits. We are pulling ourselves out of a time where there was a lot of pain, a lot of tears being shed. We couldn't eat, we couldn't sleep. We had no motivation to get out of the bed. And now we're pulling out of this energy. And this is due to our decision to turn down an opportunity to meet up with someone, or turn down an opportunity in general when it comes to establishing new friendships with certain people that just didn't sit right with us. People with ulterior motives, people with hidden agendas, because the intuition is on point. All of the psychic downloads that we are receiving in our waking life, and even while we sleep, we are able to process this information, and it liberates us from our mental and emotional prison. It allows us to see past the BS, because there seems to be a lot of secrecy going on. So if someone wants you to stay silent about some of the secrets within a family situation, whether it's drug abuse, alcoholism, discord in the home, fighting in the home, any sort of trauma or abuse, we are no longer staying silent about this. Now, when it comes to our plans, our goals, our aspirations, we know that we really don't need to be sharing these things with anybody, because people cannot sabotage what they cannot see. People cannot attack what they do not know. And so we're turning down many different offers here. We've made a decision to pay attention to the signs and to pay attention to our gut. Some of us may have been having some dreams where maybe the next day or the following week, you experience deja vu, having premonitions. You're receiving messages through songs, receiving messages through all sorts of sources. So whether it's through spirit animals, owls, cardinals, blue jays, hawks even, butterflies, ladybugs, dragonflies, moths even. Some of us are really in tune with the universe around us. We're starting to get out in the sun a lot more. We're starting to get in tune with nature. A lot of us are practicing our green thumb, learning about gardening, listening to the trees, and enjoying the breeze. There seems to be a lot of family and ex-friends and exes here that are watching. And a lot of them are seeing that we are stepping into our power. We are reaching our full potential. We are manifesting abundance, health, wealth, prosperity, success, stability, good fortune. And a lot of the people that tried to use dark works, we've talked a lot about those that are Satanists that have been doing sacrifices, trying to affect the masses in a negative way, trying to sabotage our progress and sabotage the awakening process. And these people are really starting to realize that it's not working. See how I talked about the sun a little bit ago? We're free. Right now, there could be some things that we may be shedding tears over and finally purging any negative emotions associated with some of the people that we've walked away from. But now we are liberated, and there's no stopping this. This cycle is soon to be complete. And I suggest you guys continue your journey of research. There are a few, resources that I share with you guys in the last collective readings that I've done. So if you guys have missed any of those, I suggest you guys check those out when you guys have the time, since we're all going to be at home for the most part. Check those resources out so you can start to put the puzzle pieces together. There's a lot of restlessness right now. And I feel like we may be trying to do too much too soon for some of us. Somebody in this chat and somebody watching the playback needs to know that they need to slow it down. Slow and steady wins the race. Get some rest this weekend. When I say that it's best not to get involved with any plans to go out or anything like that, take heed to that. Because this is the weekend for rest. The advice, like I said, 8 of Wands reversed. This is in the advice position, you guys. And I hope you guys are following me. And I hope you guys can see and hear me, because the advice is loud and clear here. You guys may be experiencing a bit of inner conflict right now. There's a lot of inner conflict. You feel like you're fighting yourself. You're a little bit torn about what you should do. But the advice is, whatever travel plans you have, either you're going to end up finding out about them being canceled, or you're going to have to cancel something due to something cropping up. Or if you've been torn about something, it's best to just shut her down. If there's any lines of communication that are still left open, to some people that have no business being in your life, it's time to shut that door permanently. Now, I see a lot of you have already done so. You've already spoken your truth. You've already blocked multiple people here. And some of these people are trying to go around that by making ghost profiles to watch what you're doing. So just pay attention to what you're posting, because right now, a lot of us will start to find happiness again, find freedom again. Especially to those that are artistic, especially to those that are working towards their creative expression through writing. Some of you guys may want to write a book or a memoir. Some of you guys are wanting to draw, to paint, to use this time to make music, to sing, to dance, to collaborate with those who may be involved with some of these creative pursuits as well. So while you guys are coming together and putting your heads together and making plans to make music or to create in some way, this is where you can find your happiness again, and to reignite that fire in your belly that will propel you forward. And while it propels you forward, it allows you to release and shed any toxicity that's no longer necessary. I see a lot of us are releasing ourselves from power once again. And while we are reclaiming our power, there may be some lingering fears about canceling some travel plans. So far we have Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and Scorpio and Taurus coming up, where some of us may need to cancel plans with these particular signs. And some of us may simply have these signs in our chart where it's screaming at us to cancel these plans. Some of us may have feeling that we just want to stay home. You know, maybe I don't want to go out. Maybe I don't want to move forward. Maybe you thought you did at one point, but now you're starting to feel like you'd be better off staying at home. But there's fears associated with this. Don't let your fears stop you from doing what's best for you and getting rest, because what we need the most right now is rest, especially to the creators out there. So many beautiful things are on its way to us. And especially concerning those dealing with third-party situations and having to break up or divorce someone because of that. Getting to know ourselves again and focusing on cultivating self-love, self-care, and doing what's best for you. That's where you'll start to see the cup doth runneth over. You will start to see that what you've been working towards is moving forward in the right direction. There could be somebody expecting a child here. Some of you guys may have dealt with a situation. For those dealing with third-party situations, someone, it could have been the third party or it could have been you, but somebody found out that they were pregnant, and now somebody is communicating this. And something is telling me with the strength here. It could be a Leo here for some of you guys. But right now, when it comes to our goals, our aspirations, our plans even, we must remain patient. We need to be still at this time. Sometimes things are better left unsaid. And if someone cannot respect your boundaries, and if someone does not value you, therein lies why rejection is God's protection. The creators out there, for those dealing with creative blockages or delays, the more rest that you get, the more energy you will have to work towards your creative pursuits. There may be someone that you need to let go of that's still in your midst. And there seems to be a lot of opinions being thrown your way. But as long as you stand your ground and you don't bend to anybody else's will, you will continue to come out on top of the competition. And you will most certainly experience assured success. To those of you that own a business, or to the entrepreneurs especially, keep investing in your vision. Everybody right now, hit the number 8 once again. I'm going to keep asking you guys to do this. And I'm sorry that I'm making y'all do this over and over, but I need to know that this message is coming in clearly. And right now, there seems to be a lot of unnecessary interference. And to anybody that keeps coming in and out of the stream, just stay gone. Don't come in and out. It's not necessary. Just stay gone. Because I feel like somebody's energy is it's rubbing me the wrong way, and it needs to just stay gone. Hence why rejection is God's protection, right? I don't have time for it today or any day. Now, 7 of Pentacles in the Tower here speaks volumes. Because the truth is out. And when it comes out, it's going to be explosive. It's definitely going to be explosive. People are going to be rioting in the streets, stealing, damage to property or public property here. I'm seeing arson. I'm seeing natural disasters, earthquakes, tsunamis, volcanic eruptions. And outright chaos here. Now, this is what we're seeing around us, but see, we have nothing to fear, you guys. As long as we continue to invest in our vision here and to invest in ourselves and to get some rest, Our passions will be reignited, and we will be able to establish long-term financial security. We will be able to cultivate healing. And a lot of us who are working with the earth when it comes to gardening and things like that, that would help you with mood and lifting your spirits and getting back in touch with the universe. Whatever it is that you need to confess and express to someone here, do so. Stand in your truth. You're receiving a lot of messages here. So I'm seeing all the signs thus far reaching out in some way or watching us in some way. And they're wanting to reach out, but they can't. It's because we've moved on. Look, this person's been coming out a lot. They're very angry. Somebody's angry. Somebody's, just coming and going over and over. Definitely somebody with long, dark hair for sure. Someone could have had purple hair. Maybe it's a fire sign that has purple hair. Air sign with dark, long hair that I'm seeing. I'm seeing somebody with red hair, blonde hair, and ombre hair. So dark at the roots and a different color at the ends. We're starting to attract a lot of people here. And we need to continue to utilize discernment with the people that we're attracting. Some of us could be dealing with a Libra who's really angry and who has been doing all of these dark works. Look at this person. They're all cut up, doing blood rituals and doing all this extra stuff that's just an abomination, wreaking havoc. But see, I see that Jesus is sitting right behind him, looking at all of the destruction, the pain, and the mayhem that they bring. The universe keeps receipts, and we are protected from this energy here. We have nothing to fear. Keep it moving. Because there's a lot of dishonesty going on within law enforcement, government, within the church, within specific organizations such as charities, where it's starting to come out in the wash that embezzlement has been going on, or they use the charity as a front to do human trafficking. And doing things concerning children, organ harvesting, all these different things that I'm seeing all around us right now. It's really starting to come out quick. Drug trafficking, all of the above. They're not going to get away with it. So that's why everybody's ramping it up, trying to get everything that they can immediately. But there seems to be a lot going on concerning loneliness. Somebody really has fears about being alone, but that's when they need to get to know themselves and take some time alone more than ever. Because these divorces here, somebody is really just trying to destroy anything and everything around them right now. And because we're keeping to ourselves here, we're doing our research. We're being a lot more cautious about who we're talking to, who we allow in our home, who we entertain and all of that, what we're listening to and all of that. And because we're keeping to ourselves, it seems that a lot of people that aren't getting their way, they're getting angry about it. They have a lot of regrets because we gave and gave. They took advantage of us, in some way. They took us for granted. And now they're over here sad. They pushed us away, and now they're looking at the result of their own behaviors. And now they just have to watch us go about our lives, being happy. Hey, bitch. Right? This is the hey, bitch card. Look at her face. If y'all can even see it, let me see if I can get y'all to, let me see if I can get her to focus. Hold on. Bam. Hey, bitch. You know what? And for some reason, it reminds me of a masquerade when what she's wearing a mask. There could be a lot of people wearing masks, but we can see through them. And we're emotionally fulfilled now, but we need to get through this indecisiveness. There's something that we're torn about. And there could also be a situation here where we just have opposing views with certain people and other people are not willing to compromise. And because they're not willing to compromise, we decide that we're not going to be dealing with it. Not today or not any day. So we have to treat them like the King of Swords. We got to keep it moving and focus on the long term. It's time to blow it all up. Shoot your shot. Somebody's sad that we're not coming around anymore. We're not answering anymore. We're happy. We're happier without some of these individuals that have caused all the chaos and that have told lies and that have tried to sabotage our efforts. But at the end of the day, we win. And whoever we're cutting off right here, right now, just remember this. Get some rest, continue to keep to yourself, and remember that rejection is God's protection. Because I see a lot of people are going to be trying. Ten of Swords, a lot of people are going to be gossiping. Somebody is doing some drinking here, or doing some drugs, or doing something. Somebody's going to end up getting some bad news. And this right here, the Ten of Swords, somebody is really feeling the heat right now. And I had mentioned this, this in the last message before I had to redo it. And I'm seeing that while we've blocked a lot of people here, a lot of people may be saying a lot of hurtful things here, hurting those around them, betraying those around them. They're thinking about the things that they've done to betray others and to cause pain. They know that they did us wrong and stabbed us in the back here. And now they're experiencing all of this sadness, but it's already too late. It's already too late. They definitely fell from grace. Look at this. Somebody is just wanting to say things to hurt you or to make you feel like you're wrong for calling them out on their BS. Somebody doesn't want people around them that call them out on their BS. But I'm going to tell you like this. Queen of Pentacles, we're going to continue to tend to our garden. And we're going to continue to manifest abundance. And we are going to continue to find health, wealth, happiness, success, abundance, prosperity without these people. Definitely this energy where people are taking other people for granted. And now they're no longer up on this pedestal that we used to put them on. Now they're really feeling the heat. So that is what I have for you guys. Don't let the gossipers and the smear campaign distract you from your successes, because you already know what you deserve, and you already know that you are too blessed to be stressed. Thank you very much, Ernest. I really appreciate that. Thank you guys for joining me. Hey, Treese, I just saw that you were on this other page. I just want to make sure that all of you have a great weekend and get some rest. And don't let these people goad you into arguments or any of that BS. So, with that being said, you guys, stay blessed, not stressed. Peace and love.